Imagine being frozen solid, eyes iced shut, and left for dead on the roof of the world. This is the miracle of Beck Weathers, the man who came back from the afterlife. In May 1996, Beck joined an expedition to conquer the deadly peak of Mount Everest. Near the summit, a pre-existing eye injury left him blinded by the intense high-altitude light. He sat alone in the death zone, waiting for his team to return for him. But a monstrous blizzard struck, turning the mountain into a chaotic, white hell. Winds at hurricane force screamed past him, and the temperature dropped to 60 below. Beck and several others were lost in the storm, collapsing just meters from safety. When rescuers finally found the group, Beck was buried under a thick shroud of ice. He wasn't moving, his skin was black, and he appeared to be a frozen statue. The guides made a heartbreaking choice. They left him behind to save the others. For 15 hours, Beck lay in the snow, a dead man in the eyes of the world. His family was notified that he had perished on the mountain in the great storm. But deep inside his frozen chest, a tiny spark of life refused to go out. Suddenly, Beck woke up in the snow, hallucinating that he was safe in his bed. He realized the terrifying truth. If he didn't stand up now, he would never wake again. With hands like blocks of ice, he forced his frozen limbs to move against the wind. He couldn't see clearly, but he stumbled toward the dim shape of the high-altitude camp. When he drifted into the camp, his fellow climbers screamed, thinking they saw a ghost. His face was a mask of black frostbite, and his right arm was frozen stiff like wood. They put him in a tent, expecting him to die during the night from his massive injuries. But the next morning, Beck was still breathing, defying every law of medical science. A heroic helicopter pilot flew into the thin air to snatch him from the mountain's grip. It was the highest rescue ever attempted, a final gamble against the shifting wind. Beck survived, but the price of his life was the loss of his nose and both hands. Surgeons used skin from his forehead to reconstruct his face in a series of operations. He didn't sink into depression. Instead, he found a new, profound love for living. He realized that he had spent his whole life chasing peaks while missing his family. The mountain took his hands, but it gave him back his soul and his purpose. Beck proved that no matter how cold the world gets, the fire within is stronger. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.